Good evening. Tonight we're going to talk about how you can print off your rosters so we can get a little better at getting correct rosters in. We've been having too many problems with getting the rosters filled out ready to go before the start of the games. We've had the games delayed and too many incorrect rosters have been handed in. Also, we want to make sure that every player is handing in their waivers before they play in their first game. We've come up with the following steps that need to be done by one team representative or any team member with a printer before each game. Google Chrome is the best browser to use, but this should work from any browser. Beginning November 27th, we're asking one person from each team to print their roster off from the website as close to the game time as possible. Once you've logged into the website, go to Team Rosters. From here, you can just unclick all the teams, select your team. I'm going to use Admiral Roofing for this purpose. I'll go to Admiral Roofing only. Scroll down. On the right-hand side here, you can see who's handed in waivers for your team and who has not. Then you will simply right-click and download the page as a PDF. Once it is downloaded, you can either save the roster to your desktop or create a folder before you download. I created a folder. What I'd like to do, because I may have a number of rosters in my folder, is I'm just going to give it a date. So for this purpose, it would be November 26th. And then I would save that. So once I've saved the roster, I open the roster from that folder. So I'll bring up the folder now. Here's the team roster. And it opens, and I've got the printer icon up here. I simply click that. This comes up showing a preview of the roster, and I print that. So once I have it printed, I will take the roster to the game with me with a pen that works so that I have a pen when I get there. And before going on to the ice, you will circle the yes on the waiver for all the players that are there. That indicates who has handed in a waiver. So the yes on the waiver confirmation line, you will circle that. And then also ask the players, double check to make sure that you've got these jersey numbers are all correct. So we update those every time we do data entry. So we try to make sure that the jersey numbers are correct. And that way we get a very accurate account of who scored and got assists and such, and any other stats during the games. Should a player show up that has a no beside their name, perhaps Mark Dunsford for Admiral shows up that night, you will circle the word no and double check to make sure Mark has a correctly completed waiver that you can hand in with this sheet to the timekeeper when you go onto the ice. So you would make sure that everyone who is in the dressing room with you is circled on this and that their numbers are correct. If a new player is there that night, you will circle the no and confirm that you have a waiver, which you will place with this roster. And then as soon as you go onto the ice, you will deliver the correctly completed roster sheet to the timekeeper with any waivers that need to be handed in. I know this is another step in an already difficult set of circumstances, but this will definitely help us get correct rosters, get the games going on time, add a layer of protection for our timekeepers, and again, make sure that the waivers are all handed in. I appreciate your efforts on this. Thank you.